Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. In January 2015, the New York Times published an article exposing the U.S. Meat Animal Research Center, or USMARC. The Times article, which included comments, memos, and notes from well over a dozen sources, described horrific and indefensible cruelty to cows, sheep, and pigs. If you're concerned about animal abuse funded with your tax dollars, I urge you to read this story. On November 6, 2015, shark investigators, in a cooperative effort with Last Chance for Animals, got their first look at USMARC. We were at all times legally standing on public easement next to the facility. As we were leaving the area, Clay County Sheriff Jeff Franklin pulled one of our vehicles over just outside of Clay Center, Nebraska. This video goes a little long, but that's because Sheriff Franklin just keeps layering one load of garbage on top of another. The sheriff really abused his authority.
May I see your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please?
Sure. Why did you stop me?
You were flying a drone over the top of federal ground. Did you have a search warrant, or did you have rights to fly a drone over the top?
No.
So why did I stop you?
Yeah.
And since you're filming, I guess you'll have the answer right there. So can I see your driver's license,
I
registration?
didn't understand.
Okay. Can I see your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please?
You can. I didn't understand why you stopped me, though.
I'm stopping you to check out why you had a drone over the top of federal land. Apparently you're not aware of state law in Nebraska. I have to have a search warrant to fly a drone.
I'm not you.
Sheriff Franklin says he needs a search warrant to fly a drone, and that's true. Cops do, citizens do not. At this point, Sheriff Franklin realizes that the guy he's trying to bully might know something about the law. So Sheriff Franklin takes a whole new direction. He falsely claims the driver was speeding.
You normally drive at that rate of speed too? This is a 55 top speed.
Yeah, I followed the speed limit.
You weren't when I saw you there.
I think
Neither
I
was the
was.
vehicle behind you either.
Next, Sheriff Franklin looks inside the vehicle and sees what he believes to be a drone.
So is that... Yeah, that is a drone. Okay. Sir, I need to take a photograph of that.
No, you're not going to photograph that.
I have the right to.
No, you don't.
You had no right of flying it over there. I may take it as evidence. You had no right to fly a drone over federal ground. You had no permits. You had no rights to be on federal ground. That's trespassing once that went over that line
No, it
onto
isn't.
their property. Yes, it
The
is.
airspace belongs to the federal. That's their authority.
No, it does not.
Okay.
In Nebraska, you have to have special permits to use a drone for surveillance operations, same as I have to. I have to get special permission to do that. I have to have a search warrant, in fact.
I don't agree. I don't.
Well,
I
then
don't
can
agree to you
argue that in
photographing
court, sir. You
or
have the right
searching
to
the
go to
vehicle.
court. I can see it clearly. I'm going to photograph it, and I can photograph.
And I'm telling you,
I'm running a car camera also, sir. You're being very uncooperative.
I'm
if
not
you
being-
are to
I
fight
gave
this
you
out, you have the
everything
right
you
to go
asked
to
for.
court, and you can go to court over anything that you have a dispute over.
I'm not being uncooperative. I gave you everything you asked for.
Okay.
And I'm saying I don't agree to any searches, any photographs, I don't.
I will not be in your vehicle. I'll photograph it from here since you do not want me to have that thing.
Are you stopping me for a reason?
Yeah, you were flying a drone over federal ground. If you'd have stayed on the state right-of-way, there's not much I could do. But you didn't. You went on to federal ground that was clearly marked as federal ground. You had no rights to fly over that without permission. You could have asked for permission. They probably would have gave it to you.
And this is a county manor how?
This county road that you were parked off the side on,
Yes.
and you walked onto federal property and were directing a drone.
Didn't go on federal property.
Once you stepped past this edge,
This is a
here,
public
you're on
right-of-way.
federal there. We
There's a
have
fence.
access
It's
to the
clearly
road.
marked.
And the drone went over that fence, didn't it?
So the sheriff goes back to take pictures. When Sheriff Franklin returns, he does not come back with a speeding ticket, but merely a warning.
Sir, here's your driver's license, registration card. proof of insurance.
Thank you.
I need your signature here, and by saying this, you're not admitting any form of guilt. You're simply stating that you are being stopped for speeding, that there was a ask for search, you refused, and I did photograph contraband in your vehicle.
And I'm agreeing that it's contraband?
No, that is my remarks, because how this works, sir, is our county attorney cannot prosecute charges in a county court or state court. So charges would have to be brought in federal court, and the U.S. attorney would be prosecuting you. So all that has to be done by their authorities. There would have to write up the documents along with us that we did see the drone, and then they would have to bring their evidence forward also. Okay?
And you're claiming how fast was I going?
Sir, if I tell you I'm going to have to write you the ticket, would you prefer the citation?
I thought that's what this was.
It's a warning.
Oh, I see.
That's why I said you are not admitting any guilt. You're simply stating that you acknowledge that you were stopped for speeding, and that's the only acknowledgement you're saying is I stopped you for speeding.
I'll agree you stopped me. I don't think I was speeding.
This is a spur. You were speeding, sir. It's not an offense where I'd write you a ticket for it, though. But I'm giving you a warning for it because I believe you want documentation that you were stopped.
Well,
Here's your copy, and you'll see that this is also a warning for a correction violation, but you have no correction, so that it is already signed as the correction is already completed.
okay.
Okay, I need you to stay here just for a minute. They're going to ID you, and then they're going to go
Okay.
for their charges.
Sheriff Franklin returns with his farewell and another attempt to intimidate.
Okay, sir, I've just been advised that the FBI is going to be handed this case, and that they will be making contact with you, that we've ID'd you. They will be making contact with you for their charges.
ID'd me how?
As far as driving the vehicle.
Okay.
And as I'm on tape right now, you're on tape also, as you probably understand. Okay? You are free to go.
Okay.
They won't be making contact with you, not me.
Okay.
Oops, apparently Sheriff Franklin had to make one more attempt to intimidate.
Sir,
Yep.
just to clarify one thing they wanted me to clarify with you, I am to confiscate the drone if it goes onto federal grounds. So if I see it on federal grounds, I will have to confiscate it.
10-4, you had 2 males and 1 female?
Since I did not see it, it will be up to them to do their investigation from there.
Understood.
All right?
10-4.
Yep.
In spite of Sheriff Franklin's claims, there was no crime or infraction committed. There was no speeding. Sheriff Franklin stopped the Shark investigator because he chose to be a bully for U.S. Mark. Sheriff Franklin's stop of Shark's investigator was illegal because there was no legitimate reason for the stop. The sheriff very directly states that it was because of a drone flown over U.S. Mark, but he didn't see any such thing, and flying a drone isn't against the law. What scares the U.S. Mark people is cameras, because as the New York Times article shows, U.S. Mark has a lot to hide. We filed a couple public records requests with Sheriff Franklin. If we get them, those records will prove there was no speeding. Nebraska law says public records requests are supposed to receive a response within 4 business days. In violation of Nebraska law, the sheriff simply hasn't bothered to respond. That shows you who the real lawbreaker is, the guy who's supposed to be enforcing the law. Since this incident, we've not been contacted by the FBI or Homeland Security. In our next video, we'll expose Sheriff Franklin's continuing efforts to be a bully boy for U.S. Mark, lying to the local media about us over and over again. The problem with the sheriff lying that much is he's given us a lot of opportunities to expose his lies, and that's just what we're going to do. If U.S. Mark thugs thought we could be intimidated into not returning or not continuing our investigations, they were wrong. U.S. Mark is now on Shark and LCA's radar, and we're going to return and expose what is going on there over and over again. U.S. Mark and Sheriff Franklin will learn that we don't back down to corrupt thugs, even when they wear badges and carry guns. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.